So in this short video, I'm going to show you guys how to change the key bindings for MPV. So the first step you want to do is open up File Explorer. And now we're going to look for our MPV programs folder. So for me, it's going to be my C drive, programs files, and MPV. Then we need to go to another MPV folder. And then we're looking for this input.conf file. We're going to open it up and then move it to the side because we're going to copy this text a little bit later. Next, we want to go to our web browser, and we're going to be looking for input.conf. Oh, I missed something. MPV. We need to make sure we have this because if we don't, then we're not going to be able to find the specific input conf file we're going to find. So once we found it, and it's specifically by MPV player, we're going to go to raw. You can control S to save it, or you could go to more tools and save if you're using Edge. And basically we're going to switch over here, save as file type, save all files, and then we need to get rid of the .txt since we're not going to save this as a txt file. Make sure we have it in our desktop. It doesn't really matter actually. Once it's finished downloading, we're going to open it up and we're going to go scroll all the way down. And we're going to add a new line. And we're going to copy this from our, if you follow my tutorial from the anime 4K one, you're going to cut it or copy it, doesn't really matter either way, and you're going to paste it. And then you're going to save, and then you can close both of them. It doesn't matter if you save this one, the one that's empty, the one we cut from, and then you can delete the one in our MPV folder. Then we can drag it over, and then we can open it again. Okay, so I installed Visual Studios so I could illustrate things a little bit better, so it's not as confusing. So we're just going to open up. It's going to look a little bit different because I'm using a different text editor now. So basically, the first thing we need to understand, let me zoom in a little bit, is lines starting with the hashtag are comments. So right now, everything's green because everything's considered a comment. A comment. I sound weird saying it, but I'm saying comments. So basically this line is a comment, every line is a comment, and basically what that means is the computer, or specifically MPV, doesn't consider any of this information to read. So it doesn't care about any of this. But once we go down a little bit and we go to where we pasted the anime 4K shaders files, shortcuts, you see that they're all different colors. So white, yellow, orange color, and green. But as you can see, this is not a comment. Basically, all these colors represent different things, but we're not going to explain every single one because I don't really know them. But basically, we're going to uncomment things that we want to change. So let's go to a key binding that I would personally prefer to change. So for me, I would personally like to change screenshots, because I don't like having S as screenshots because I don't use screenshots, and I'd rather have S as cycle sub because I'm more likely to cycle a sub than actually do a screenshot. So to do that, we're going to get rid of the hashtags and then also the J's, and we're going to change it to S. Oh, no, S. Don't capitalize it. And then capital S. And once we've done that, so instead of like, you know how most files are like shift plus S, basically this input conf file is case sensitive. So you don't have to put in shift plus S or lowercase s. You can just put it like this, which makes it a lot easier. So basically now cycle subtitle is now the S. Another key that I personally like is, I think C is not used, so we could use the C key. Yeah, I don't think any C is used, so we could use C. And what I personally like to use C for is seek, and you can put your own specific timings. So as you can see, this one says seek 5 seconds forward. But it says write seek 5. And what it means by right is it's the right arrow key, and the left arrow key, up key is 60 seconds. So for me, I'm going to go all the way back down here, type in seek, and then I'm going to type in, I personally like to go 120, so 120 seconds, so 2 minutes. Or 2 minutes. And the reason I personally prefer it is so I could skip the opening whenever I binge watch an anime. So I'll do that. And if you want, you can type in a comment if you really want to, and to remind yourself, oh, this is what this does. Seeks 120 seconds. So now you could remember that that's what that does. So we can save it. And once we saved it, and then now I'm just going to minimize it. I'm going to open up MPV. And we're going to drag it to the side. And now we're just going to go to, let's just say Crunchyroll. We're going to open up Crunchyroll. And then go to Spike's Family, I guess. And then, pause this. Drag it over, let it download for a second. Okay, now that it's finished downloading, I'm gonna press the S key, and when I'm pressing the S key, it's skipping, or it's going to the next subtitle file. And now when I press the capital S, or not capital, Shift S, it goes back a file. So, and also, let's say, if I were to go to the opening, it doesn't really matter. Let me just go to the very beginning. And I'm at 2 seconds. And if I were to press the C key, it goes 2 minutes exactly. Oh, there's a bug. So I personally like using those key bindings, but there's also other key bindings you can do. You can experiment amongst yourselves. Oh, I have it over here. But those are personally the two ones I prefer. But basically, these are all the key bindings. You can change them all. These are just comments that tell you what they specifically do. There's also a little bit more up here you could read, such as ignore. I think there's an example down here. Yeah, an example right here. So you replace what you specifically do, like seek. You could replace it with ignore if you wanted to ignore that. But I personally just leave everything commented and then just replace it. Like, as you can see, even though screenshots uses the same exact thing, I uncommented this one, and it doesn't read this one because this one is the one it's thinking about. I don't know how to describe it, but it's kind of difficult to describe, but I hope you understand. Well, this is basically it. I hope this wasn't too difficult. And if you have any problems with the video, you think I'm talking too fast, you feel like I should redo it, or I left some information out, or you're having problems with it yourselves, you can comment it down in the comment section because that's what it's used for. But I hope this helps, and I guess have a fun day.